Hi, we're back with Madison. We are going to use the B240 and the B120. B120 is going to be our main light, and the fill light is going to be the B240. We're also going to show how I can take a white backdrop and make it gray, or keep it white with only two lights. We're going to do that back to back. From a distance, gray background, closer, white background. So we have the B240, B120. We are going to do a two-light portrait of Madison. One is a main light, one is a fill light. And the question I was asked earlier is, why do I have the lights on the same side? The reason why I have the lights on the same side, the bigger softbox, which is the Flip 32, is the fill light that's just going to give a little bit of wraparound, which still is going to keep a nice shadow, but a shadow that's filled in. What's really nice is the A light, which is the one on the left, is at 1/8 power, and the B light is 1/8 power too. But since the B light has a bigger softbox, it's going to be slightly softer because of the size of the softbox. All we're doing is filling in on the shadow side without having to use the reflector. Also, from the distance that Madison is away from the background is going to go gray. We're going to change the distance of the lights to go closer to the background, which will show that we can make the background white with the exact same setup. So now I'm going to take a portrait of Madison at 250 shutter speed, f5, ISO 100, with the B240 and the B120. I can tell. Hands are always the issue. And bring that elbow out this way. Nice. Can you take a half step this way? We are going to change nothing, and I'm just going to move the lights forward. No change of settings. So that's a white background.
So we are going to play a little bit with gels. We have a third light, which is a B120. We have a very inexpensive little stand back there that we can have the light behind Madison. Based upon the color of her dress, we are going to play with a few different colors. There are 7 different colors in the kit, which comes in this nice box. In addition, they also have a honeycomb grid and a gel frame. An additional piece, which is very important, is this snoot, which you'll see as we take the photos. You can control the circle of light behind, in this case, Madison. Madison got this dress where?
Bermuda.
And what made you choose it?
I like the way it looked on the hanger.
And how's it look on?
Even better than on the hanger.
We have 2 B240s. With the 120, you do not need a B240. This is on very low power, which you'll see behind Madison on the white paper. This is going to add a little bit of excitement. So we have 7 options for color, plus a honeycomb grid, gel frame, and a snoot.
We are going to demonstrate using 3 lights, 2 B240s as the main and the fill, a B120 with some gels that we just spoke about. The main and fill light, which is the B240, is at 1/8 power, ISO 100, 2/50th of a second, f5. For the backlight with color, we have a B120, a honeycomb grid, a gel, which is amber, which we'll have right behind Madison. The power on the 120 is 1:1, full power. I always like doing that. Take a white backdrop and change the background. How cool is that? Oh, I love it. The tip I'm going to give you is a huge tip. If you see something that's distracting from the person's face, after you get permission to help them, remove the distraction. Don't just keep photographing. Now you'll see before fix, after fix. Hair, no hair.
The last portrait that we're doing today is we're using two lights with a snoot B240 and a softbox B240. The reason why I have the snoot in the middle of the softbox, that's going to light up Madison's face, and the softbox is going to add some fill light so it's not so harsh, with her face being more lit and everything else going black. By doing this simple technique of having the snoot facing Madison or your subject and then having the softbox around it, that would fill in the light, but the main light is the snoot. You'll see the results in a few seconds, but it's a very simple lighting if you want to have a little bit more old Hollywood. There's a person named George Harrell. You'll see that if you look up George Harrell, this type of lighting you'll see that we're doing today with two inexpensive SMDV B240s. Super easy. Today we took some wonderful portraits of Madison using SMDV B120, B240 with one light, two light, some gelling with a third light, B120. We went through the series of gels which would pop up. And the very last thing was we played around with the snoot to do a little bit more of a 1920s or 30s Hollywood style lighting.
I had so much fun today. The pictures turned out amazing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow.
And if you have any questions, leave a comment and we'll be more than happy to answer them.
Bye.
Bye.